When we think of grace, we often imagine a gift undeserved, freely given, and deeply transformative. God's grace is exactly that. An endless river that flows into the lives of those who believe, washing away guilt, shame, and fear. Unlike human patience, which wears thin, or human love, which can fail, the grace of God is infinite. It does not diminish with time, nor does it run dry when we stumble repeatedly. Instead, it remains constant, abundant, and sufficient for every moment of our lives. Scripture reminds us in Lamentations 3:22-23 that His mercies are new every morning, meaning each day begins with a fresh outpouring of His unending love. There are times when we feel unworthy of such mercy, moments when our mistakes weigh heavily on our hearts, when we think we have fallen too far or sinned too much. Yet, God's grace reaches into those very places where shame tries to chain us. His grace is not based on our performance, but on His unchanging character. Through the sacrifice of Jesus on the cross, grace became the bridge between our brokenness and God's holiness. No matter how far we run, grace runs further. No matter how many times we fail, grace lifts us again and again. Think about the Apostle Paul, who called himself the chief of sinner, yet testified that God's grace was more than enough to transform his life. Or consider the prodigal son, welcomed back home with open arms despite his rebellion. These stories remind us that grace never gives up. It never says, "This is the last time." It keeps reaching, forgiving, and restoring because it flows from the heart of a God whose love knows no limits. When life feels overwhelming, when guilt whispers lies, when the world demands perfection, remember that God's grace is not earned. It is received. It empowers us not only to be forgiven but also to live with courage and freedom. Grace is strength for the weak, peace for the restless, and hope for the broken-hearted. You cannot exhaust it, outrun it, or outsin it. God's grace truly never runs out, and it is available to you today, tomorrow, and forever.